you. Good morning, everyone. This is the start of our career day here at Metro State, and we're really glad to see you joined us. We're pleased to have today a couple presenters from Fastenal, and I will introduce them in a moment. But first, we have a couple of housekeeping things to take care of. If any of you have not registered for spring classes, we encourage you to do so. We like our jobs here. If you haven't voted already, today's the day. I don't think they take votes after today, so please get out and do that. And also encourage you to take a look at the rest of the schedule today for Career Day and see what you might be interested in learning about. We've got a variety of different organizations coming to talk, so please do see if that'll fit in your schedule. Also, we will be recording the event, and as soon as I find the button for that, we would start doing that.
We are recording.
All right, thank you for that, my trusty partner here. And also, if you need closed caption, it is available in the bottom of your screen. There should be a button that says show captions. If you can't see it, probably want to make your screen a little bigger and see if you can find it. You can save the transcript from the session, and also you can view a full transcript, and that'll be appearing next to your video. So nice to have that option available if you need it. All right, well, I'm happy to introduce representatives from Fastenal today. First, we have Juan Ramirez, a regional recruiter for Fastenal, and then Darren Malray, who is a development manager at Fastenal. And it's all yours, Juan. Oh, by the way, if you do have any questions, please put that in the chat and we'll work to get them answered.
All right. Thank you, Labar, and thank you, Emily, and your teams for putting this together today. I know Darren and I are very excited to be here and share a little bit about Fastenal and the opportunities and about who we are and what brought us to this company and what opportunities there are for all of you to learn about Fastenal, to possibly be employed or possibly use us as a being one of our customers in the future. So excited to be presenting. Again, I'm a regional recruiter for Fastenal. I've been here about a year and a half. I started my professional career in education. So for the 17 years prior to that, I was a combination of a fifth grade teacher. And then from there, I moved on to be a school counselor, most recently a high school counselor, connecting people with career paths and those types of things. And then needed a little change after COVID and just needing a little culture shift, and was able to find Fastenal, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm going to let Darren introduce himself so you can see him. And just for me, and I know we had the conversation before everybody jumped in, we're very open to questions during the presentation. If you have something, throw it in the chat. Labar will be monitoring that and let us know if there's a question, but really open to having this be more of a conversation with you all and answering questions as we go. So on that, Darren, I'll let you introduce yourself.
Thanks, Juan. My name is Darren Melroy, and I've been with Fastenal since 2003. I'm an IT development manager. I've really worked my way up through the company since I started out just as a junior developer and moved all the way up to management. I've done pretty much everything from an IT perspective at Fastenal. So thank you. That's me. Fantastic.
Thanks, Darren. And I think if you learn about our company, you will find out that that story is not different, is common. My story is a little bit different coming to Fastenal and jumping in, trying to get people in here. But a lot of our company has started within our branches at entry level, and we believe very deeply in promoting from within, and we'll continue and talk about that a little bit. As you can see, Fastenal, our belief is our people are our greatest asset. We really look to develop our people and push our people to be the best they can, because they're going to then be the best that they can be in serving our customers and helping our company grow. So we'll talk about our company. We'll have a networking conversation after we give you a little background and talk about opportunities. But then also, just thinking about you, just as much as we want to find people who fit our cultural values and fit Fastenal and what we are hoping to grow, really be thinking about your values and where you are and if we align with you. And then the other presentations you're at today, hopefully, or whenever you're at career fairs and things like that, really look for people that fit what you're looking for. So if I can operate this, hopefully we're on slide 2 now. So just a little bit about Fastenal. We started in Winona, Minnesota in 1967. So obviously 1967 to 2017, that was our 50 year. I like that little graphic, so I left it in there. Apologize. I do realize that it's 2022. Election day, like Labar said, so make sure you get out there. But on the left, you'll see our first branch. That's where we started in Winona, Minnesota, in a tiny little branch selling nuts and bolts. And on the right is our founder, and what they really moved forward was trying to supply nuts and bolts to everybody and making it as easy to get them as possible. And we'll talk a little bit about vending machines in a little bit, but that's kind of where the whole Fastenal story started, was trying to supply people as easily as possible with nuts and bolts. If you think about old style, so 1967 vending machines, the thing that pops in people's minds are cigarette vending machines. So, you put the money in, pull a knob, and a pack of cigarettes would come out. So that was something that Bob Curlin, our founder, had really dreamed about and really wanted to put in place. And that just didn't take off right away because the technology wasn't there. So just moving forward, I just wanted to share a little bit of a video just about Fastenal, and I only have 2 of these, and I just think that this one gives a very a strong message about who we are. It shows some of our leadership, and then towards the end of the presentation, I have one that's more specific to our information technology department and what opportunities there are there, and what our team consists of there.
One, we're still seeing your slide that says Fastenal, and we don't hear anything. So you may need to reshare your video screen. And click that little button at the bottom that says share sound.
Boy, let's see here. Now I gotta find. Sorry, everybody. New share.
No sound yet. When you click share, there's a small button in the lower left corner that says share sound.
In the market they serve.
There we go. Thank you.
Fastenal is really a group of people that get together every day and aspire to do great things and accomplish those great things. Fastenal is a company that really unlocks the potential in its people and really helps drive the potential in the market they serve.
Fastenal is the company that hasn't forgotten about connecting with the customer.
Fastenal is a company that believes in its employees, and by doing that, it promotes from within.
Fastenal is purely a people company.
Fastenal is a company that provides a lot of opportunities for their employees.
Within Fastenal, it's not about the products that we sell, but it's about the culture and being a part of an organization that allows you to thrive and be the best at what you do.
One thing I like about my job here at Fastenal is be able to make critical decisions and take ownership in the projects that I am leading.
We are empowered employees. I've been given tasks, responsibilities to run or do my job, with authority.
We allow our people to make decisions locally that's going to best support them and the organization as a whole.
You feel like a business owner. You feel like you can try things every day and build things every day that are meant to make your business, your branch, your book, your community a little bit better.
One of the things that I value most about working at Fastenal is knowing that they do promote from within, and that gets me really excited about all the different opportunities and avenues that I'm going to have in the future at this company.
Many of our top leaders actually began in entry-level positions, and it's inspiring to see that those opportunities are still available today.
From day one, we have your entire training plan outlined for you. So when you walk in the door as a new employee at Fastenal, you're not wondering, what should I do, what should I learn? Everything that you need to know about Fastenal to be successful in day one is outlined for you, and it's done in a fantastic way.
Everything from product trainings to how all of our solutions and systems work, how to improve your sales skills, how to become a better leader or a coach for a team that one day you may be able to lead. So all those things, there's help and there's checkpoints and there's guidance along the way.
Fastenal is all about bringing people in from the ground up and making sure that they can grow into manager positions and grow and become powerful leaders within the organization.
Fastenal truly is what you make it. If there's something that you have an interest in, or if there's a department that you want to work with, they'll provide that opportunity for you, and that's why I love working for this company.
Every day is a new challenge, but it's a good challenge. And it's one where you know every day you're part of building something, part of building this business, and part of being something really that's, I think, quite special in the industry. And that's a business and an organization that really truly values and listens to its people each and every day in each and every market. If you are looking to grow and be a part of something really special for years to come, this is absolutely the company to do it with.
We're not just looking for the next employee.
We're looking for future leaders.
And if you want to challenge yourself, you will find a place here at Fastenal.
All right, thank you. So I'll try to see if I can get back to the other screen now. All right, so hopefully you're seeing the slideshow now. Fantastic. So I apologize, my screens are split here, so I'm going to keep my presentation over here, so I might look away here and there. But again, jump in with questions. Hopefully you learned a little bit about our company from that video. A lot of different opportunities. The pictures you were seeing were from Winona, Minnesota, where our headquarters still is today. So again, started in 1967 and have grown, and we've grown by these rules. And here again is Bob Curlin, our founder, and he wrote a book called The Power of Fastenal People, and you'll hear that referred to a lot, because that really is what we're all about, is not only giving power to our Fastenal people to be successful, but training them how to use that and how to empower their employees to push forward and help them be successful. And if it's the right fit, finding a lane to move up the ladder within our company. So just some of the rules that he really pushed when he founded our company and moving forward: challenge rather than control, treat everyone as your equal, stay out of the spotlight, share the rewards, listen rather than speak, which a lot of these things are pretty common sense. And in your networking and different things like that, like we'll talk about later, those are things that, obviously you want to get into the spotlight every once in a while and have things shine on you and see what you're doing. But also when you do step into that spotlight, really talk about the team behind how this was successful, because most of the time it's not you by yourself really pushing through and doing something. It's been a collaborative effort in order to get something to be successful. I'm really trying to work on my wait time here too. So if I don't want you to feel like you're interrupting other presenters that are here, so please feel free to jump in. The rest of the rules: see the unique humanness in all persons, develop empathy, suppress your ego, let people learn, and remember how little you know. And I think that's one of the most important things there is we all get into our positions and we really feel like we're the experts in those areas, and we keep pushing and keep pushing. And sometimes we get to the point where we feel like people don't really understand what we're doing. Whereas really people can have a general idea what we're doing. And there's people that have probably done our job before us, either with our company or with other companies, that know a lot more than we do and that we can learn from. I'm learning every day from the different people that I'm networking with in order to recruit. Some of the biggest recruiters, I didn't look at the list of who's going to be taking part in some of these days, but Enterprise Rental Car and Northwestern Mutual, some of these phenomenal, the Bank One, some of these huge companies have some great recruiters that I see what they're doing, and we talk about what's happening, and we try to connect people with the right path. I do something that popped up that said, do you allow remote work? It's a little bit different from where we are in the conversation, but like I said, ask questions. So I'm going to answer that quick. Sorry, Labar, I did see, I figured out how to turn on the chat. So if you feel like interrupting, still do. But remote work has been kind of a struggle for us. I'm not going to lie, for Fastenal, because our branches are our soul. They are who we are. Everything runs in and out of our branches. And obviously, if our branches if our employees at our branches aren't there, they don't run. So we've really struggled with not only that, having people be able to work from home or remotely, and not asking them to come in, but also just because of that team mentality that we have, and that culture is very important to us. So it's been important to have people come in, work as a team, and be together and grow together. Now we are starting to move a little bit towards that direction. We do have some different options. As far as I know, we don't have a complete remote work from home model. Excuse me. But we do have some different hybrids. So like 3 and 2, 4 and 1, 4-10s, different things like that, that you can work in with a little bit of flexibility. But we do also have jobs that can be done not remotely from home, but remotely from a branch. So you're still coming in, you're being a part of a team, and you're working in ways like that. So it really depends on what area you're looking at and where you want to get into our program. We do have a lot of different environments you can work from. So I would say if you are interested in what you see today, explore the opportunities that we have in different areas, and then let's see if any of those could fit your needs. So again, so
can I interrupt just a second there?
Please do.
I can add a little bit more color as well to the remote work, because I know it's going to be a popular thing that comes up. I will say that remote work at Fastenal, at least from corporate jobs, so IT or finance or anything that would be a corporately controlled job, it's considered an earned benefit, but each development team handles it differently. So finance might do it differently than IT. Our database administrators might do it different than our developers. So the executive leadership is given the power to control how each team handles that benefit, up to them. So you might see it different depending on where you're interviewing, where you're trying to find work at Fastenal, but it is definitely at a hybrid schedule across the company. I don't feel that we have anything that is considered fully remote.
Thank you, Darren. And so just talking a little bit about that and seeing the video you saw, now let's get into a little bit about who we are, where we are, and what we serve. So like you saw, we started in Winona, Minnesota as a single branch, small little shop, storefront, and this now is just the United States and where we are. As you can see, we have over 20,000 employees. Darren can correct me if I'm wrong, but the number of in-market locations now is up over 3,000 in-market locations. So this is a little bit dated, but you can see we try to be in industrial areas. So we really look for our customers. I like to tell people we're one of the largest Fortune 500 companies that nobody knows about, because we're a little bit different than your Home Depots, your Menards, your Ace Hardwares. Not saying we haven't dabbled in those areas and tried to be that at times, but what we're looking at now is business to business sales. We really thrive when we can find companies that we can support and get them what they need, whether it be manufacturing items, MROs for maintenance departments, safety supplies, whatever those things are that a company needs in order to produce their product or provide a service. We try to supply them with those things maybe not at the cheapest cost, but it's going to be very reliable, and we're going to bring some added benefit based on our knowledge of those products. So you can see here, these are our locations. We try to be within an hour drive of most industrial areas. Not saying we are everywhere, but we like to say hashtag we are where you are. So there are a lot of different opportunities that people can start within our company and move around the country. And as you'll see in a little bit, we also are in 25 different countries. So we are a worldwide company. Service, like I said, being close to our partners, our customers, that is our priority. We want to be close so we can provide these types of solutions and these opportunities to our customers. And you can see a little bit about who we are. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into all of these, but I will show you a little bit of a little bit of examples of each one of them. And I lost my, there's the chat. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't skipping anybody's questions or anything. And through the middle there, you'll see customer service is a huge part of who we are. We want to make sure to come in, build relationships with our customers and our partners, because what we do is a pretty personal thing at its base. We come in and we work with our customers, and we try to help them grow their business and give them ideas that we've seen work, that we have the knowledge of. And so if you walk into a business without having that relationship and say, hey, I think you should do this differently, it's going to be pretty hard to get your message across if you don't already have the relationship with them. Here's just a little bit of numbers about our company, where we are. I apologize as I'm going through this in my head. This seemed like it all flowed really well, but it feels like I'm jumping around a little bit, so I apologize. But again, you'll see the number, the most important thing, over 20,000 employees in 2021, 71% of them directly serve our customers. So that's the vast majority. And when we start talking about the remote work and things like that, that's when it gets difficult, because when you look at 20,000 employees and 71% of them are in front of our customers, it's really hard to pull them out of that and build those strong relationships. So just some things here, $6 billion company in 2021. We're hoping to be a $10 billion company within the next 4 to 5 years. So we are growing and we're continuing to expand. Like I said, we're not like an Ace Hardware or a Menards or things like that. We are looking to serve the companies for the most part. We do still have some stores that are open to walk-in customers and things like that, because that's a big majority of what they serve in like more rural areas. And we do still have some walk-in contractors and things like that that have put in pickups to come into our branches. But you can kind of see from this presentation or this slide that, you know, we really are all over the place. Some of the things we pride ourselves on is that on the left side, you'll see the 627,000 Fastenal School of Business trainings completed. So we really have a great resource that we'll talk about in a little bit in our Fastenal School of Business, that we can help our employees learn what they need to learn in order to best serve our customers, but also learn what they need to know in order to take those next steps in their career. So the Fastenal School of Business is truly a school modeled after a school to help our employees learn and train up to what they want to succeed. So these are some of the industrial products that we supply. So I've talked a lot about the different things that we supply. I believe we have 21 different product lines that we serve or that we have that we sell to our customers. We produce only about 5% of what we sell. So a lot of the things that we sell, we're sourcing and going out to find the best products at the best prices all over the world. And so we have these different areas and we have different product lines that we own and that are part of our company. But really what we're doing is, for the most part, finding the best products at the best price, the best availability. And this I just thought was interesting to share, just sales by industry and product line. You can see that manufacturing is our largest customer by industry and the different areas we serve in there. And then also by product line, the fasteners, what we started with, that's where our money is, but you can see safety is taking a huge jump, and that's actually COVID really broadened our safety aspects of our company, because we really had to look for all that PPE to help keep people safe within their jobs, what they're doing, which pushed some of our public and government contracts in that industry as well, because a lot of schools and hospitals and different people needed different PPE to be successful.
Juan, there was a question about felon friendly at Fastball.
Sorry, where was this? What was that? I'm sorry.
Is Fastenal felon friendly?
Felon friendly. So we do have background checks that we do, but most of it is just your driving record, because a lot of times, depending on the position you apply for, you're going to need to make deliveries, pick orders, possibly drive a forklift, that types of things. And also some of the positions, we are a government contracted agency, so we do have to move forward with some of those different, just different regulations from whatever company we're serving. But yes, if you're willing to apply and share those things openly, those are conversations that can be had. And I'm looking here, is there any remote jobs that we could apply? Fully remote, we kind of touched on that earlier. That's really not an option for us to start. Sorry, I see somebody answered that. Darren, can you speak to, are there opportunities?
I sure can.
Okay.
As far as I know, we don't have any directly in the Twin Cities. Our development centers are in Winona, Minnesota. We also have one in North Carolina. We have a small one in Ohio, and then we have one in India, and we have one in Shanghai. So for IT jobs, since we are at an earned hybrid work schedule, you would have to be within one of those locales, or at least commute to it.
There are some, when I've had this conversation with other people at career fairs, there are some jobs that may interest you within our business intelligence area, that it could be data analysis, things along those lines, that they have kind of farmed those out into more localized branches that can still work as a team. But again, really, if you're looking for a possibility, see what we offer on our career website, which we'll share later. And then if you have more questions about that, reach out to me, to Darren, to anybody within the Fastenal team. Again, this is just a quick bin stock example of what you could see inside of a business. This is really where a lot of our money was, and how we really grew. And then we moved into industrial vending, which we're a leader in industrial vending. And this was really the vision of our founder, was trying to get these machines out there for people to use. And this is where it really starts to come into a lot of that technology, and really thinking about how that plays into our company, because we have a lot of different products in these, and we place these within companies, and we have a lot of different technology that we're tracking our products, who's using them, how much they cost, and we're very open with that data with our customers. So really looking at our systems, and Darren can speak to those if he wants to, about how we integrate those different things into our customers, and allow them the use of our data and our software, and what they're seeing.
I can speak a little bit about this, because vending it's one of those gee whiz things. It's kind of cool, especially if you're in the IT field. But I will say that vending, I think we do a bit over $1 billion in sales in vending, and we blow the competition out of the water. The competition just cannot compete with us when it comes to this product. And a lot of you are saying, like, why does this even work? But the vending, why it's such a powerful tool, is we get in the door, and it helps to streamline a hiring manager's job at a big power plant, for example. We can put all the safety glasses, all the gloves, all that stuff in one of these machines that you see here, and it makes that person's job way easier. And then it gives Fastenal an in, and then we can start stocking more material. We can take over more of their spend. So it's a very powerful tool for us. And from an IT perspective, it leverages a lot of advanced technologies behind the scenes to make sure all this stuff works. So it's been a big program from the IT side, from a development side, a lot of really smart people that all over the world that make all these things work seamlessly for our branches and our sales force.
Thank you, Darren. And this just gets into a little bit of our, excuse me, the data that is shared and what our customers can see about what they're using, where they're using, and it, you know, a lot of those things that Darren was talking about with the people that are way smarter than I am about technology, they can share those things. How many products each customer has in what location, where they're using the most products. Maybe they don't need a product in this vending machine that's on one side of their building, but on the other side of their building they do. So they really can start to make some better decisions, business decisions on the products they have on hand. And again, just a quick little video about the informational technology department and what they have to offer. Darren, I didn't notice if you were in any of these. I don't know if you're famous, if we should try to get your autograph afterwards. But
I am not Fastenal famous. I used to be a hand model though for some of our mobile devices.
I love it. All right, let's see if I can get this going a little bit more smoothly than the last one.
I think when you look at us quickly, Fastenal is an industrial construction distributor that moves and sells a lot of products all over the world. But really, I think of us as a supply chain company. Just different ways to service the product, the amount of information we capture around products to share with customers. We really help them lean up their supply chain and make better decisions about what's happening within their business.
The main reason I joined Fastenal was for its people. They're so welcoming. They share their thoughts with you. They share the company vision with you. It's so beautiful to see.
I have the autonomy to actually make a difference. We work with a lot of different business stakeholders. We're not being told what to do. We get to brainstorm what the solution looks like, what's going to actually work for the business, and come to the table as a group to figure that out.
So working with all these different teams, it's a great experience because not everybody is the same, right? They don't speak the same language. Just to get to know them and the way they work and to be able to communicate with them just to get the project to succeed, that's something I really enjoy doing.
This team has a lot of fun together and they support each other and lift each other up, and we get the job done.
We will continue to go at it, continue to research, continue to ask the questions, continue to work together to make sure that we come up with that correct solution for our challenging problem.
The days that I feel most fulfilled are sometimes the days that I'm troubleshooting stuff and I find the anomaly of what is actually causing the problem. Being able to dig into that data, it's fun. That's what makes IT fun.
I feel that Fastenal's culture is very welcoming, especially for new graduates that come out of school like myself. I love solving problems. I love looking for solutions to problems, and I feel like Fastenal has done a great job of giving me the tools to tackle those problems and better help the company.
Everybody just jumps on to help you, right? The ability to help you, there is no lack of knowledge, but the willingness to help others, that's I think I see across the company.
I go around a lot and I say, you know, what are you guys working on? You know, what technologies are you using? Are there any, you know, maybe fun projects you guys are working on to try something out that could possibly help the company? And if so, you know, is it a way that we can do a collaboration on that?
The thing I like most is the independence and trust my team has given me in such a short period of time. I like knowing that if I do have any questions though, or any issues, I have the support of a strong team behind me.
I think if you're hungry, if you want to learn, you're surrounded with like-minded people that we're constantly being challenged by the business, we're challenging the business, but we all want to grow, we want to learn, and we want to provide solutions to our users, whether they're employees or customers. As an IT department, we're global, we're diverse, and we're connected. We're currently located in 3 countries with 5 locations. And so just over 500 employees. I would imagine over the next 3 to 5 years, that number will double. I would think we'll likely be in another country. But what's important to note about that growth is that that creates a lot of opportunity for our employees, and we are a promote from within organization.
One of the great things about our organization is we really like to promote from within, and seeing people that you've brought into the company maybe shift and take on a development role or move into project management. Those things are really exciting, and I'm really proud of that and watching the people that I've worked with over the years.
We really encourage, the proactive, the creativity, and ask questions and dig, because we want you to learn, and wherever that passion takes you, there's plenty of opportunity within the company.
If you like to work in an environment where everyone is friendly and value teamwork very highly, as well as getting challenged day in and day out with interesting and fun problems, then Fastenal is a place for you.
I think if you're wanting to learn different skill sets, get to work with people from all over the world and want to feel like you're a part of something, I think this company would be a great fit for you.
Darren, I don't know if you want to speak to anything you saw in that video.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I will echo the statement that you heard multiple times in the video that we are definitely a promote from within company. I'm involved with a lot of hiring and just looking about who's moving up in the IT department, and I can speak firsthand that we always try to look within. We try to find for all upper positions, senior positions, all of that stuff. We always try to go internally first. So I think it definitely. I mean, I'm an exact case of that. I started as a junior developer in 2003, and now I'm in management. So there's definitely a lot of room to move around. We're such a big company. I think in our IT department alone, we have over 500 people globally. So it's a big group, and there's always something that if you do something for a while and it's not working out for you, you want to try something different, you can move around. There is flexibility there. And I will also say it's pretty exciting, because even though, I mean, it might seem that we just sell nuts and bolts, I will say that Fastenal, from a technology standpoint, we're probably one of the most advanced companies in our space. We do everything from mainframe C++ work all the way up to machine learning and data science, with advanced automations, both physically robotics as well as software robotics. So there is something for everybody that is in the IT sector here. It really runs the complete gamut. So it's been a pretty exciting career for me.
Great, thank you for sharing that, Darren. And just a couple more slides about why Fastenal. Again, our company culture, our cultural values, you've heard it time and time again in those different videos. Darren and I have referenced it, that ambition, innovation, teamwork, and integrity, and just having those things and moving forward. And one reason I'm with Fastenal and not in education space anymore, because the leaderships within an education space for me could change pretty rapidly. But when we look at Fastenal and those cultural values, those are who we are, and so our leaders operate under those values and push forward in those ways. So I know that those are going to be our values, and that's how we are going to operate and lead and work together. So that higher education involvement, that's just kind of what we're doing today. We really have the opportunity as all parts of Fastenal, employees of Fastenal. Obviously, it's my job to get out and start building these relationships. But Darren's here with me today, working with you all, and I have people all over the company that are coming in to do classroom competitions, sales competitions, classroom presentations. I'm sorry, different projects, mentorships, internships, whatever it is. We try to be involved on campuses and give those resources to students, faculty members, and schools and organizations to help them grow in who they are. The employee development, we talked about the School of Business. I'm not going to be on or hit this very hard, but again, the university modeled educational institution. We hire people to come in, teach our topics that our employees need to know, and things that just in general people need to know. Everything from microaggressions to nuts and bolts and how you measure them. Those you can find all of those on our Fastenal School of Business with in-person learning all over the world. We have virtual learning, classes that are purely online, all of those different things. And we really push our employees, our part-timers, 15 hours a year, full-timers, 30 hours a year, in order to better themselves and get some more of this information and moving forward. And that's during paid time. So you're given the time, the space to work on these classes while you're getting paid at your job. Again, in order to do all these things, we need great people. We're hiring part-time, full-time, all over the place. We really, again, look for great people that want to be a part of something. Obviously, if you're jumping into IT, you should probably know a little bit about IT and have some of those basics. But again, one of the things I get to lead with that really makes Fastenal different is we are really looking for great people that want to be a part of our culture. We can train people up on what they need to know in order to be successful. If you can come in with those cultural values and know those are important to you and us, we can help you grow into whatever it is that you want to grow into. And again, these are just some of the different areas of the career opportunities, anything from transportation, manufacturing, to IT, marketing, supply chain, sales, operations, all of those different areas. And just knowing that as Fastenal, we really like to take ownership of what we have. And maybe Darren can speak to that on the IT level a little bit more. But we really like to either develop what we're using, or we'll find something we really like and we'll try to purchase it. And then we'll tailor it to us. I don't know if that's in line with kind of what you see, Darren.
Yeah, I'll say that Fastenal doesn't compromise on our business model. Many large corporations will just buy products. They'll spend a big pile of money on a corporate software product, and then they will bend their business model to fit the boxes so that they can use a kind of an ERP system or a warehouse management system. But Fastenal, we believe that our business model is so strong that we develop much of our stuff in-house because we refuse to bend our business model to fit someone else's software. So for example, our ERP system that runs all the branches, that was written from scratch. It's a gigantic multifunction chunk of software. It's massive. But we've tried to replace it a few times just because we do in any corporation, and we look to see what else is available. But we always beat the paid products from other big companies like Microsoft or Oracle. Our warehouse management system is also home built for the same sorts of reasons. It's tailored around making all of the automations, the robots, conveyor belts, and even the people that work in our warehouses the most efficient and effective logistics network possible for the company. So I will say that there's just a ton of opportunity in Fastenal. Check out careers.fastenal.com. That's the best way to stay up to date about what's available when. And oftentimes, I will say, at least from IT, that a posting will seem very generalized, and it's done that way on purpose. We're just trying to really get people to come in and apply for a position, and we often will slide and fit them into more specific slots based on their skills and interests. So it's definitely more tailored, but really we just want to hear from people that fit the roles that are out there.
Thank you, Darren. And just I know we've been asking questions as we've moved through here. Not sure if you have any other questions based on just the Fastenal opportunities. I did want to take a little bit of time at the end of this and just speak to networking and kind of how I use networking in my position and within Fastenal. But any other questions based on opportunities, our company, Darren's positions within the company, whatever it might be? And again, if they come up, please throw them in the chat and we'll hit them. So networking, this is one of the most important things that I feel like I'm learning more and more as I grow into my position here at Fastenal. Coming out of education, I don't feel that I was given the tools right away or told the importance of networking as much as people in the business world, possibly the IT world, whatever that might be, in order to grow your network and get out there and try to connect with people who are doing things that you're interested in. So just looking at how we're looking to find employees and grow our pipeline, you know, everything's changing in that and changing pretty quick in how we source our talent. We have campus events, referrals obviously are the best because they're coming from generally our people that know us, have worked with us, and they're referring other people to us. But getting out there, growing those relationships, we put just as much pride in our relationships with possible candidates as we do our customers, as that helping them grow into what they would like to do. And just why network, it's just finding the right thing, the right fit for you and us within our company. Like I said before, I've learned so much from other recruiters and other companies, and learning about their companies and what makes them tick in comparison to us. I would love for everybody to apply at Fastenal for our jobs, but we just aren't the best fit for everyone. And we understand that. We're going to find people that are a good fit, that we know if we coach up and train up, they're going to have an opportunity to advance within our company. And that's going to make our company stronger. If we find somebody who has some great skills, some great talents, but just might not be the right fit, we do have the opportunity to network them out to other employers. And I won't hesitate to do that, because I would much rather you find a good fit with somebody else than come and work for us for 6 months and figure out that it's not for you. Because of the money we invest in our employees and in their training, we really want to find the best people for our company. One of the ways I do that is LinkedIn. I know Darren has a different feeling about his social media, but that's totally up to him. I'm huge on LinkedIn because I'm all over going to different campuses and connecting with people. But LinkedIn is the world's largest professional network. This was just an ad I saw in why to use LinkedIn advertising. Over 849 million users in the world. So it's huge. Recruiters use it to stay connected, to get opportunities out there, and job opportunities, internships, whatever they might be. So that's why I use LinkedIn. Just building your professional profile, be engaged, be responsive, show your passion and who you are and what you want to find. Today is election day, like we've mentioned. Really, I really keep my LinkedIn professional. I really just want it to be about me, my professional career, Fastenal as a company, and trying to find people who are the right fits for us moving forward. There's other social media that you can put your other things on, but also remember that those are all public as well. So there is some things that go into researching candidates moving forward. Recruiting at Fastenal, like I said, we're a government contracted company. So just a little bit about me and how I can do my job that's different from others that I just kind of think is interesting. HR has some different requirements that I have to follow being a government contracted agency than other companies. So like if I'm at a career fair and you walk up to me to hand me a resume, I can't take that because of our HR regulations. No matter, even if I feel like that's a marketing tool for you, that's company policy, I can't take that. And have that, but I can connect with you on LinkedIn. I can talk to you about your experiences and different things like that, and get some other information from you as well. So what I do is I connect with people at career fairs, and I reach out to all of them that I have their information that they've shared with me, and I share opportunities with them. I can't go onto LinkedIn and just source a person and say, hey, I saw you on LinkedIn. You'd be a great fit for this job. You should apply. That just puts us in some issues with our boy, now I'm going to forget the word. ECCP is the abbreviation, but I apologize, I'm missing the word. But we're also we recruit from the 4 diverse groups: women, minorities, people with disabilities, and veterans. Is something we have to do and we have to prove. This is just was a different presentation about how I use LinkedIn. If I had time, I was going to show you my profile and those different things, but I'm not going to jump into that because I want to get this through. Connecting and staying in touch. On the left is a QR code that you can scan, and that will just go to a document that goes directly to me, tells me your name, school, what you're interested in, and that type of information, so that I can share out different opportunities if I feel they fit within what you're looking for. On the right is LinkedIn. I love to connect and network and get people out there and try to help them build their networks from my groups onto others. So that's everything that I have for you. If you have any questions, please ask now, reach out in person, email, LinkedIn, whatever that might be. I'll hold on here a minute, and I'm going to stay with you till 11. And I know Labar has some things he would like to share, but again, just thank you, Labar, Metro, Emily. I know she's off now, but thank you for giving us this opportunity to connect with your students. Thank you, students, for being here and listening to me blab.
Thank you, Juan, and thank you, Darren, for taking the time to talk about your organization and why you like being there. To the students, I would highly encourage you, if you have interest, to reach out to Juan, use that QR code, if it's gone past now, but reach out on LinkedIn. There are points to be gained. Thank you, Juan. There are points to be gained because you attended today, and Juan wants to know that you attended and would appreciate hearing from you. And that gives you a leg up over people who haven't taken the time to attend or to reach out. So if you're interested, I encourage you to definitely leverage the time that you took today to reach out to Juan about Fastenal. So thanks again. And once again, encourage you to look at the other events this afternoon to see what might interest you, and get out and vote. Thank you again, and we'll hope to see you in the Career Center. And any questions for Juan or Darren? You'll be here for a few more minutes.
Hi, I kind of have a question on remote work. I know we did touch, I know you talked a lot about that, but because I recently applied for a job at Fastenal, and I spoke with the HR last week, so I don't know if they're going to call me back again or not. But I guess my question is, when you talk about hybrid, because I live in the Twin Cities, and I know commuting to Winona will be like 2 hours for me. So I'm just wondering what that is like, like, do you require someone to come for like a few hours that day, or do they need to come for like the full 8 days? Just trying to understand more about. My background is more, my degree is information management systems, so I'm just trying to understand more.
Yeah, I can speak a little bit about that. So again, Fastenal feels that it's an earned benefit. So it's something that is not necessarily available for you right from the start from your job. It's something that you have to earn, and it's considered a benefit that can be removed or given at will by your managers and the management chain that goes upward in the hierarchy. As to specifics about what does hybrid mean for Fastenal, there's a lot of flexibility that applies in the individual teams. But from my understanding, at least from an IT perspective, we as management are given the opportunity for a 3-2 or a 4-1, meaning you would be in the office 3 days, and then you would be remote 1 day, or you would be in the office 3 days, or rather 3 and 2. So in the office 3 days, remote 2 days, or in the office 4 days and remote 1 day. And that it's a set schedule. It's not something that you would be changing week to week, but the idea would be that it would be a separate location for your work, and that's for tax purposes. There are some like fine print there that we don't support remote work from a tax perspective in certain with certain states, Iowa being one of them. I also think Virginia is another, that we do not offer remote work, period, even if you are willing to commute to one of our locations that abuts those states. It's just not something we can do from a tax perspective. But it is not like you come in at a half and then leave and work remote the rest of the day. They would be full days. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And Zara, if you have questions too about where you are in that application process or what you were hoping for, please reach out to me. I work pretty closely with candidates when they apply, and moving forward and connecting them to hiring managers to have those conversations like you just had with Darren. And to have those prior to moving all the way forward with it. And then I can also find out where you are in the process if somebody's reaching out. So please reach out with any questions you have.
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you very much.
All right, well, that's about the longest I've let nothing be said and not say anything. So,
Yeah,
Sarah,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
sure. No, I was just trying to find out where I can get their information. their email and their email because they said I should reach out if I have questions. So just wondering how to get that information. Maybe you said it and I didn't listen. Sorry.
No, you're okay. I'm going to put my email in the chat if I can open it up here quickly and get it to everyone. And then you can just shoot me an email and we can talk about it.
Okay, thank you.
That's the first time I've ever seen a last name cut like that. That's interesting. Nobody will ever predict that one.
Right.
Interesting. All right. Well, thank you very much, both of you again. Thanks so much for taking the time and putting in the effort. And we hope there's value for our students and hope that Fastenal hears from Metro State students.
Thank you very much, Labar. Thank you, Darren, for jumping on also and taking part in this with me. And thanks to the students.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care.